Dire Team ban.
Alright, hello and welcome back everyone to the Man Up 2.0 tournament hosted by Southpaw Gaming. I'm Helium and with me
Radiant
tonight is
Team
Orbit.
ban.
We'll be bringing you Team Elephant versus Stay Free. This is game 2 of a best of 5.
Yep, check out that first ban. Damn.
Big respect, man, for Peter Pan there,
Team
playing
ban.
the 6. And then we got Batrider taken out as well. Again, not having the first pick, just going to ban it out. Pretty much standard play there.
Radiant Team ban.
And also the Nate's taken out.
We didn't see a Wisp. Yeah, we didn't see a Wisp last game, so we'll see if we don't see it again. Really interesting. I mean, IXDL plays like that, but also the Eastern scene, Chinese scene, doesn't really prioritize Wisp picking that much. So kind of interesting that the Western kind of area, at least between these two teams, is kind of falling into that kind of style as well. But yeah, I mean, pretty much respect bans coming out from Team Elephant, the Lifestealer as well as the Bane.
I think perhaps maybe teams have sort of figured out, how to shut it
Dire
down. A couple
team
good lineups. Teams probably have a couple, pocket strats for dealing with wisps and whatnot. And unless you're really good with a good synergy, especially in IXDL when it's usually just a pug of 5 people, Wisp isn't so strong. But anyway, Weaver taken out again. So just taking out Weaver twice, as we saw JRX do very well with it in the round of 4, round of 8, whatever series that was. And then immediately a Visage by Team Elephant as their first pick, and then an Alchemist and a Darkseer. So some big players on the field right now for Stay Free.
So this is when the 3v3 begins. Probably going to see jungle bans coming out from Team Elephant right now, maybe the Chen and the Enchantress. Not positive though. Or potentially just setups for the Alchemist stun. They know that both teams want the 3v3. Darkseer versus Lone Druid, a really classic 1v1 matchup. So there's the Shadow Demon, the first really hard and big setup, as well as does well with Disruption against Visage. And I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe like a Rubik or something. Not too sure though. I wouldn't be that scared of Rubik here.
I do like the Naga
Maybe more
ban
scared of
out,
jungler, I
being
think.
played a lot more often these days in that support role. And I've actually seen Stay Free pick it up themselves quite a few times, and they were doing really well with it, actually. I was pretty impressed, as I'd say
10
Naga,
seconds remaining.
with the ultimate timings, probably one of the harder
Yeah.
supports to really master.
Seconds remaining.
I actually really like it being played right now as a support. I mean, Riptide does a stupid amount of damage, as well as the minus armor is really strong. And of course the net going through both BKB, like both magic immunity and not, I mean, helps a lot. So those are the kind of really defensive supports that you'd expect if you want to see that 3v3 lane come into actualization from Team Elephant with the Jakiro and the Shadow Demon. On the other hand, an interesting Windrunner ban yet again. Maybe it's a signature hero from one of them on Team Elephant.
I can't think of who. I don't know if I remember seeing any of them play it. JRX played it actually as a farming aggro try, and it went really well. So, and of course, I'm casting and ruining everyone's fun. So
10
they've
seconds
probably seen
remaining.
it. Both the Weaver and the Windrunner here possibly bans because of
5
JRX.
seconds remaining.
I guess arguably the most known hero,
Reserve time.
most known pro player in this game right now.
Yep, waiting on the OD pick. I mean, it would be really good here. That is all. No, just because,
all.
I mean, if both teams, I mean, if Elephant's running the aggro try, which it looks like they are with Lone Druid pickup, there isn't going to be as much support rotation because the supports kind of need to stay in that 3v3 to not give away an advantage. Which would let OD kind of have a free mid, if possible. Something else we might be able to see from Team Elephant would be maybe a PL Coddle as a defense. Actually, no, they can't really run it. Never mind. Don't know what I was thinking there. I was thinking maybe if they ran the Lone Druid in the off and then ran a PL Coddle, they could be really greedy, but Visage kind of doesn't really have much of a place there. Ooh, Io, finally.
Dire Team pick.
Io. So Io picked up here. We actually saw Lanai's little secrets. Barney's
Radiant
Alchemist
team
was actually
pick.
really good. Paired up. I can't remember who was on the Wisp, but they ran that
And
quite a
there's-
few times. And it's not so much about the, hey, we're going to hit 6 and gank like crazy, as it is, hey, I'm going to overcharge you in team fights and you're going to murder people's faces kind of play with the Wisp Alchemist. But, I mean, the gank potential, again, is still always there.
Yeah,
there's your OD.
and I like that they did pick up the OD. Yeah, so just kind of along the same thought process, the fact that they want to try to get the 3v3 going, and that's going to let OD really do well mid. We'll see if a Kunkka or a Razor is picked up now. Those are generally the two counters, as well as Bane, but that's kind of
Bane already
something
taken
in the
out there.
works.
I really like the Kunkka better
Yeah.
because I think he's more useful later on in the game. However,
Yes,
Razor
absolutely.
this time with the Spirit Bear for the static link would also be a pretty decent pickup, but Kunkka's just more fun.
I think Kunkka would work really well with a Darkseer Alk as well as the other cores. So I do agree with you. I think Kunkka would be more impactful come like mid-game big fights.
Especially, Vacuum, Max Tether, Concoction, Boat, Torrent, the Wombo combo. Probably a little hard to land on everyone, but definitely will disrupt the team fight. And
Yeah.
can never underappreciate Coco's rum off that ghost ship. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Seconds remaining.
But they go with the Venge, actually. A little interesting.
Dire team.
The damage aura will
Yeah.
be nice, I suppose.
I mean, that's a really low range, though. They have two heroes with low range. This tells me they might want to avoid the 3v3. They might run something like a, as weird as it is, a dual mid with a roaming Venge. Just to be able to deal really well against that OD.
That's how I played Dota
It could
1
work.
right there. Roaming Venge.
Nice.
That was like 10 years ago.
10 seconds remaining.
But if they do that, they'd have to run something that does very well in a 1v3. They could do the clock again, but if they do pick up the clock, they're putting everything on the Alchemist doing well, which probably isn't to their best. They could run the Nature's Prophet just as well, though.
Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, pretty global strat there if they pick up the Nature's Prophet
Radiant
coupled with the
team
Wisp Alchemist.
banned.
Maybe a little greedy. I don't know how strong their mid-game fighting would be. It'll get really strong
Yeah.
around level 9, 10, 11 for the Darkseer, picking up 1 point in wall and then 2 points in wall at 11, of course. Really strong team fight. And if it is the Darkseer Lone Druid matchup, both heroes pretty much going to get free farm if Darkseer decides to creep skip.
5
But in that
seconds
matchup, I
Yeah.
almost like the Darkseer getting farm more because you're going to have that 12, 11, 13-minute mech able to team fight
Yeah.
as well as the levels, and that's a bigger impact
Yep.
than Phase Tranquils on a Lone Druid at the same time, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really about how you're comfortable playing the mid game with that matchup. As you said, Darkseer rotating really early helps a lot more in fights, but Lone Druid's split push potential is just really nice to have. The second Darkseer rotates, he's going to do a lot of damage to that tower. On the other hand, like Darkseer has a lot of time to fight because the creep wave's always going to be on Lone Druid's tower. So I mean, his tower should theoretically be full health, the Darkseer.
All right, last pickup here. Razor was banned out. I would like to see the Kunkka pickup. I think he'd still do well mid. Also another hero that Wisp can tether into a fight to come do a lot of damage. Great counter pushing with his Tidebringer doing a ton of damage, not only to the Spear Bear but also the creep to potentially
10
slow down Lone
seconds
Druid's
remaining.
pushing. They've also got the Acid Spray for Alchemist to do the same thing.
5
And I've kind of
seconds
not even
remaining.
pointed out this Crystal Maiden pick here. Very excited to see her. She's either going to do great or she's going to be food. That's
Reserve
pretty much how
top.
she
5
works.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, once again going into the 6 role, I guess.
Pretty much.
We do have that Crystal Maiden.
And Treant picked up here, so now I'm bored, but he's fun. Maybe dealing with
we'll
that
see what
push
they
from the
do.
bear with the living armor, I guess. As long as they can get there before Lone Druid can kill the tower, it will eventually be healed back to full, so maybe a little bit of the reasoning there.
So if I were Team Elephant, I'd be really preoccupied now. I'd say, why are they picking stuff like this? They definitely want to dodge our aggro try, most likely. Because, I mean, look at their heroes. The Treant, Venge, and Io all have very similar support roles. So unless they're putting something mid that should lose, it's going to be incredibly difficult. So I would be very scared about my mid lane right now and try to think of ways of dealing well against maybe having more than one hero on the mid. Could that be a rotation from OD to the safe lane and have OD against DS, which isn't horrible, maybe, and then they could run Lone Druid mid, which could be a little bit safer, or they could do something else. But that's definitely what I would be discussing with my team right now for this last pick.
Yeah, well, the OD shouldn't die against the Darkseer as long as he's holding on to some mana to at least be able to put Darkseer under so he can run away. But any other rotation over could give OD some trouble if he gets stunned up after imprisoning himself. And yeah, taking a while here for this last pick. I'm curious who's going to go mid. Darkseer doesn't do terrible against the OD, I suppose. Maybe
Yeah.
Treant.
I
He's
don't
super
know.
tanky, can take the harass. Living Armor doesn't cost a lot of mana, but you limit the potential of your mid laner a lot, or the roaming impact that they'll have in the early-ish mid game.
Yeah, so in that sense, I mean, I think that it's probably going to be a dual mid, at least. Force some movement from the other supports from Team Elephant.
And yeah, with the one carry here, only on the Alchemist right now, so they've got a lot of good abilities there on the other 4, and a Mirana picked up, actually. Imprisonment, arrows, anyone?
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be...
And my Dota has crashed. This is fun.
time with the aggro try. And finally, we do have Relic playing the Outworld Devourer in the mid lane. He's gonna get pooled Tangos, actually.
Sorry, my Dota crashed. Apparently I minimized a few too many times in between
30 seconds
in that
to
pick
battle.
ban phase there. But it looks like you were doing the introductions. You took over Team Elephant there.
Yeah.
I'll just WWD Lone Druid. We've got TTK on the Visage, JRX on the Potom, Pillows on not Earthshaker but Crystal Maiden. And did we miss anyone there? OD being played by Relic, because I couldn't hear you since it's in game.
Yeah.
And then for the Radiant, that's going to be Stay Free. We got Peter Pan here on the tree. Whisk going to be handled by Singularity, or Trelf as you might know him. Enso going mid on Eventual Spirit. So there's that. Corey in the bot lane on his Alchemist, another great hero of his, or anyone, I guess. That's a pretty strong carry these days. And then last but not least, we got Muda here. Ion Shell first on the Darkseer off lane.
Invisibility.
Yep. They are gonna. Yeah, the Venge mid is interesting. I mean, how are they gonna pull this off? I
Not
don't
really
see it working.
sure, but I'm willing to give it a chance because carry Venge is a happy Venge. Not affected by the imprisonment, sapping the intellect doesn't affect your last hitting damage, obviously, as she's an agility hero. So she still has a last hitting potential. However, she's pretty squishy, so I'm not really sure how she's going to deal with the level 6 fighting.
Yeah, could be interesting. Actually, top lane.
Oh, WWD in trouble. Singularity wisping over through those trees. WWD now in trouble. Singularity taking a lot of attacks, but I think this might be the first blood. A TP's coming in. Singularity is getting pretty low. Gonna grab the first blood, actually, is WWD, and now Potom coming in with an arrow. Stuns for about a millisecond, and now actually in a lot of trouble here. About to go drop 2 kills. Maybe not. The Surge goes out, eats a tree as well. Tanking up just a little bit, going to use a salve. WWD gets low. I thought that was actually going to be an amazing play there by Singularity on the Wisp, but turns out a bit of a blunder as the first blood going over to WWD.
Yeah, they needed to switch tower aggro there. It probably wasn't working. I'm sure he was trying to, but nice play by WWD, noticing that the tower was focusing the IO, a really squishy hero with no armor. So I mean, just great kiting there from him.
Alright, and Peter Pan here doing some pulls in the bot lane. Singularity now has ventured down here as well. Crystal Maiden and Visage trying to deal with this perhaps, but I think this is a dangerous place for them to be right now, sandwiched between 3 heroes of Stay Free. I'm surprised Corey's not rotating over. Maybe he'll pop a stun out here on Pillows. I'm trying to catch Visage, no. Doesn't look like they're going to get anyone. Maybe they didn't know they were there, but maybe an opportunity a little bit missed. And so now in the mid lane, going to be in a little bit of trouble. It looks JRX just playing a roaming Potom, it looks like this game. TP'd top, went mid, tried to get a kill on Enzo. Not sure if the arrow maybe missed or something like that. Now he's going bot.
Yeah, I mean, that cost them a lot. It did give them the first blood, but as you said, he's missing out on a lot of levels, a lot of farm really as well. The only reason he was able to rotate there was because he was farming in the off lane, so he was able to get his TP faster and then rotate accordingly. Didn't really pay out for him though.
Okay, so not a roaming pot him. Now he's back in here in the bot
Yeah.
lane, farming up a little bit. Just TP top to help out. Almost got 2 kills, so it was almost very worth it, but maybe wasted a little bit of time. Stun goes off onto Corey. Now Corey potentially in some trouble. The arrow goes off. It's going to stun him up. Corey's got the stun. He throws it on Visage. PPD hits like a truck right now. Going to pick up that kill. Now Corey living armored up. JRX in trouble as well,
Oh
and the
my
acid
God.
spray is going to take him out. So Corey actually gets the kill. So talk about a strange game. Just kills going the way they really should be. Another stun goes out.
Oh my
Oh
God.
man, 3 kills in a row. Peter Pan with the double kill. Not going to be playing the 6th this game. It's rolling in money right now.
Wow. That should have been like suicidal, basically, from Corey there. That was in really, really nice turn of events. Great living armor. I mean, it's hard to say great living armor because I mean,
It is kind of hard to say that. It's not very hard, especially when the person's in your lane and it didn't even require
Yeah.
map awareness.
but it was there. It helped Corey. He lives. Once again, really good leech seed as well. Kind of keeping him alive through the Crystal Maiden's nuke. And Corey comes out with a lot from that.
Checking the net worth now. Yeah, 1,400, but what's his last? It's actually 5, so pretty much all that gold coming from those kills. Gets XP as well. And then in the mid lane, Enzo doing alright. He's level 4. How much is he being zoned out? Level 4 and a couple more experience points there on Relic the OD. So Venge doing okay, but I am a little worried for the level 6.
Yeah. He's also still getting his nuke first, but he's never gonna have enough mana for it really. So
Yeah, I would think he would
Kind
just
of
want to do
interesting.
Vengeance Aura.
yeah, I mean, obviously you have a lot more kill potential once you start to roam, and that could be what they want to do with a hero in the mid lane. But I mean, we'll see.
Since when do heroes in the mid lane roam? I feel like mid's turning into a
Yeah.
farm fest. Actually,
Yeah.
the way the meta's sort of shifting around, especially with OD always there. Doesn't roam as well, and you know, you're better off just
Yep.
getting some items to hit the, you know, the 20-minute teamfight mark, but we'll
Yep.
see.
It's definitely
TI3 is
a
going to
lot
bring
easier
some
to
changes
just-
to that, and it's going to be awesome.
I hope so. I'm so excited. It's tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? I thought it was the 3rd.
Has that ever?
The qualifier starts in less than 24 hours.
Oh,
That's the 5.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Get
know, I'm
pumped.
so pumped.
Don't get
So
too
pumped.
pumped though, because we still got the Man Up tournament going on.
Already
right now.
too pumped.
It's 2 potential TI4 teams going off in these finals right now in this best of 5.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole teams, but maybe some players. I wouldn't be so surprised if I saw JRX there. And to be honest, I wouldn't be too surprised if I see Corey showing up there.
Hmm.
Or me casting, you know, whatever. That can happen
That'd be
too.
sick.
And Orbit maybe playing or casting. So he
Not sure
chooses
what I want
casting
yet.
though. Someone had a phone interview
Was that a
today,
hint?
maybe leaving Dota, huh?
Never gonna leave Dota.
Relic actually
Too
being
hard.
forced out of the mid lane here. The harass, the 75 damage too strong, even though OD hits for 86. I'm not really sure what's going on there. JRX, let's check
Yeah.
into some last hits. I guess 21 on JRX, 9 on Corey, so he's not farming, but somehow, by some miracle, he got a kill and lived. That miracle, I guess, just being living armor.
I'm interested in this OD's build. He didn't go bottle, which is very surprising because now he doesn't have that much rune control. Not only that, but he's not getting procs on his essence aura, which means he's very low mana, which is really good for Vengeful Spirit actually. So good turn of
Who's
events.
popped
Smoke
an
actually now
invis
coming the way.
and roamed into the mid lane. Has enough mana for a level
Yeah.
3 magic missile. Relic in trouble. He's
is
got
really bad.
just enough. He's got 50 mana more than he needs for an astral imprisonment. Trance coming around. I think the stun's gonna go off. The stun
Might be the-
is there. He's taking a bit of damage. The leech seed goes out. He's gonna put himself under. Are there gonna be any TPs? 2 coming around from the back on the other side of the river. Relic looks like he'll be just fine now. Enzo definitely gonna go down here, taking tower hits, stunned
Yeah.
up, frostbite. So assumption, everything going out. Who's gonna get the kill? Actually, Relic, the one who needs it most, picks up that kill in the mid lane. Peter Pan's like, alright, peace, I'm running top. They're trying to shut down
Yep.
this LD up there. They creep skipping. Another dive. Have they learned nothing? The living armor goes off. He's level 6. He's pretty tanky. The stun goes out. It's getting a little dangerous. Singularity looking like food right now. A glowing ball of bear food. And an entangle hit. TP's in. They take out the Darkseer being played by Muda 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 Muda
Damn.
Muda.
That was so lucky. Wow, he was level 7 with 3 points in Bear and 4 points in Synergy, and as soon as the gank came, he hits level 8, gets his ultimate, and pops it. And that was just like, that would be so frustrating if you're the supports.
Not to
from,
mention the one-hit
Radiant there.
entangle on the Darkseer.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's taken for granted already. I mean, just good Bear players root Well.
I guess it means like suck it, Lone Druid. We see another rotation. Pillows and TGK. They TP top to help out. I guess they did lead to the kill. I'm not sure
mid.
they were both needed, but yeah, mid goes down.
Mid lane could have
And a
issues.
Frostbite as well. The tree is there with the heal. A swap back even to the high ground. I think they're actually both going to get out of here. Soul Trumpet goes out on the tree. Potentially the wrong target. He's got 900 health already. Pretty tanky.
What? I feel like that tree could have died there quite easily. The OD had his ult up.
Yes, if that was
Deciding not
used-
to use it though.
Yeah, it's one of the longer cooldowns in the game. I guess. I mean, it's pretty long, 160 seconds. I think Bottoms, they changed that recently. How long is that? 140? Yeah, so it's longer than that.
Yeah.
Not wanting to use it on one kill is what I'm trying to get at. You usually want to layer it over in a team fight, so maybe just holding on for it for bigger and greater things.
Yep.
As no one really behind yet. 1,000 XP advantage for Team Elephant right now, as well as about a 750 gold lead, so doing pretty well for themselves there on the Dire. JRX farming up nicely, 36 last hit. Darkseer, however, so Muda, he's died once, which is a little unfortunate for him. But 68 last hits, he's got mana boots, he's got a headdress, almost pretty much as the buckler. Mech on its way, gonna be 11-minute mech, 10-minute mech, no problem, as long as he doesn't die again. And bot lane, Corey potentially in trouble.
Yep, his supports as well as the Vengeful Spirit are rotating though, so this could be an early engagement now in the bot lane.
Tree gets frostbitten as
no.
Pillows trying to escape. The arrow's coming in. It's going to hit Enzo in the
That's
face.
good.
Pillows, though,
Yeah,
going to be
that's better.
taken out. Getting a little aggressive there on pretty much the slowest hero in the game with only boots one. So
The 6, it's the curse of
now
the
he's
6.
playing the 6 again. He's back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I've wanted that catchphrase from hockey. Whoever casts for the Capitals, they made up the 7th hole phrase, and it drives me nuts. So I wanted my own to drive people nuts.
Nice.
7th hole is like over your shoulder, behind you. Very rare. At least that's what I've
see.
gathered from his.
Which shoulder?
Either
one?
or, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't really know.
I guess so. It's funny. Hey, Washington is a pretty good team though. Ovechkin.
I just don't like him. But anyway, he doesn't play Dota,
No.
so no one really cares. Let's check out the net worth, I guess. Lone Druid leading that. A nice little first blood under his belt, farming up very well. Got another kill recently. Darkseer going to be second in line, as expected. Creep skipping there. Then OD in the mid lane. I mean, he's going against a Vengeful Spirit. What do you really expect? Then we find this Alk who's picked up some kill. He's got 1 point in Greevil's Greed, and he's getting a little bit more farm now, floating around 36 last hits. And then we find the mid. Forced day free. Enso, probably the most questionable pick this game, especially for playing mid on this hero.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
JRX
I mean-
last, actually, on this net worth. He has a lot more farm. Actually, not a lot more farm, only 40 compared to that 37 now.
Yep, just his rotations. It was just really unfortunate. There could be something happening bottom.
Yeah, the tether's
Yep.
there. He's getting some regen. The stun goes out on Pillows and the acid spray. That's a dead Crystal Maiden. It looks like instead of the doing very well Crystal Maiden, it will likely be a Crystal Maiden that is just food.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Potamon is thrown out to try to, escape, I guess, or maybe hide the fact that Relic has shown up, but not going to bite on that. JRX looking for an arrow. Imprisonment, probably not going to be used here. Just throwing out the orbs. No, it's thrown. That's not going to last long enough, though. He's still be able to get this off. Not with the arrow lined up there by JRX. And the ultimate goes from Relic. And that time, he didn't use it mid. Wow, he commits suicide.
Yeah. I mean, hilarious that Living Armor really helped him there commit suicide, which is just crazy. But that was a 4-man rotation, bottom against 2. The 2 get a kill on the Crystal Maiden, getaway, and suicide. It's just like everything's going well for Radiant there in these engagements on the bot lane.
Exactly, and now we've got Enso in the mid lane. I was about to say he has his full mana pool, but Imprisonment goes out. Treant's there getting some XP as well. He's level 5, almost has Overgrowth, which will actually be pretty good this game. There's not a whole lot. I think you can leap out of it, or at least change where you're positioned once you leap out of it. Right?
Yeah, you can change your position.
I think you can
Yeah,
leap,
yeah.
but you still won't be able to move.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can.
Yes,
it adds a
exactly.
little bit of an escape. Not sure
Yeah.
how True Form interacts with that. I don't know if you're Admiral Bulldogging it up, if you can actually True Form and dodge it, or at least get out of it, but who
No.
knows? Probably not.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
I think it's only projectiles.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to say you can dodge the stun from Fisher, but I don't want to commit to that. I feel like I did
Yes,
it one
I
game.
think so. It's, yeah, that's really tricky though. Really a silent factor this game. This Darkseer now has his mech. It was around an 11-minute mech, and he's going to do a lot of damage to WWD.
Yeah, in trouble having to pop forms here. Another entangle though, so he likes that. And now Muda trying to surge out of here. Still on a 5-second cooldown, the Grave Shield goes out. It's not going to be enough to hold him though. He's going to be fine. He's actually even going to turn around.
Look at him
Go
go.
back a little bit more aggressive. He's got a wall replica if he needs it. This is a kill if he needs to use the wall. Maybe not. He can use it on
can keep
WWD
going. He
now.
can kill that bear.
His friends are coming in there.
Kill
The
the bear
Wisp and
first.
Corey. They got the bear, 300 gold going the way of Darkseer. JRX comes on over. And let's see if they decide to leave Corey here or not. Yeah, breaks the tether, and Trelf is going back. So they're going to go ahead and push this tower.
Yeah, he just didn't have mana.
Yeah,
He could have
maybe
used his
a
bottle,
bit of a
though.
misplay, but I don't think it's the worst thing for Corey right now. As Enso, the
dodge.
longest magic missile I think
Whoa,
I've ever
what?
seen, and then the acid spray going to be enough here to get that off. It was thrown at the max range of Enso, and then the leap to follow, and I mean leap doesn't dodge that, so
I thought it did.
it can, but I think the timing's fairly tricky.
Okay.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that was weird.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But nice kill yet again. And the Alchemist picking that one up as well. So Corey playing, once again, a really solid game. Just as solid as he played the first game. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Things are
I'd say it's been a
looking up there.
fairly weird game. Almost the story of this game. All the fights have been so close and just going like somehow in favor of Elephant, and then mostly somehow in favor. I mean, Corey getting that kill bot with the acid spray, the living armor suicide, and then the 2-1 hit entangles top lane for WWD. It's been interesting, that's for sure.
it seems like most fights happening bottom favor Stay Free, and then most fights happening top favor Team Elephant, which is pretty
Yes,
funny.
definitely. Going Radiance here is WWD. He's got the Relic already at 14 minutes. He's doing quite well for
Nice.
himself. Double damage on...
Oh.
Oh, Enso in the mid lane, a little bit in trouble. Corey going to buy him some time, some space. Relic going to take that stun to the face, not going to bother to waste his imprisonment. He's got a couple stacks. He's got 2 stacks right now. If the team fight around this tower, he can maybe get one more. Should probably put that Darkseer under. Darkseer with just enough mana to wall he gets put under. He won't have it, and that's even more intelligence for OD to do even more damage with Sanity's Eclipse. Corey's got the Shadow Blade up. I don't know if we pointed that out. And also with an 11-minute mech was Relic. So Relic and Muda picked their mechs up at exactly the same time, actually.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty good, I mean, for both teams. It lets them fight a lot earlier. I'm trying to decide who this favors come late game. I feel like it still ends up favoring the Dire a lot, but it's going to be, I mean, team fights are so tricky when you have a Darkseer on the other team, as well as like the Alchemist, who's going to get a lot of farm. He did really well in his bottom lane. And just like the general kind of support that the Wisp Treant, as well as kind of the Vengeful Spirit utility can bring.
Especially farming Venge. I mean, she hits pretty hard, especially getting a few more points in this commanding aura, or vengeance aura, whatever it's called. Gonna be almost a bit of a semi-carry.
The only thing is she has like nothing right now, which is unfortunate. She has Tread's Bottle, Aquila, 15 minutes in. It's not that good.
She does have some levels, though. That level 11 on Enso
Yeah.
will definitely open the door to some swaps, be able to punish some positioning, that's for sure. And it looks like Muda's rushing a sheep stick here. He's picked up the ultimate orb. Seems like a pretty quality rush. There's about only
I like it.
1.5 carries right now. The LD not doing a whole lot at the moment, but he will. That Radiance is going to hurt quite a bit, I think. And then OD doing a lot of damage right now as well. Most likely the sheep target.
They might go on top. Yep, the Wisp
they're
is
coming
going
in.
to
They're
TP up
tethered
right
up.
now.
They're TPing in. Will they be able to take the bear out this time? I don't know if they're going to have that luxury. But they're going to get WWD. Maybe not. JRX coming in. Relic as well. The nice wall thrown out. Sanity's Eclipse still being held right now. Pillow's Dota potentially. Oh no, going to pop his ultimate actually. Muda going to go down. Tries to TP out. The Wisp tether. They're sent back. The 12 seconds went pretty fast, but not enough damage to take out WWD, especially with all the support that they were given.
That was still the right play. Yes, he was in prison, so he couldn't really help it, but taking the Alchemist back was fine. You do lose the Darkseer, but it was a 5-man rotation, and now they can put more pressure on the other tier 1 towers.
Ooh,
Just bottom lane's gonna
potentially
go down.
good the bot tower, but now Enso is slightly questionable.
nice
He
timing.
knew they were top, and he sits in the mid
Yeah.
lane, and a beautiful arrow there by JRX. I want to give everyone a little hint right now that I'll admit I learned on Reddit the other day. Astral Imprisonment, when you put them under, there's an orange line that expands outward to the rim. When that orange line meets the rim at level 4, that's when it's going to end.
Oh, wow.
It's a
Now,
little...
does that happen even at like level 1?
Okay,
Like
so
when
it
hits
does
the rim?
happen at level 1, but the orange line will only go a quarter of the whole circle. Level 2 is half, level 3 is 3/4, and then level 4 it goes all the way to the
Cool.
edge. So it's
I'm gonna
still...
definitely take
I
a
think
look
you're
at
better
that.
off counting 1 or
Yeah.
2 seconds for level 1 and 2, but for level 4, there's really no need. The orange line pretty much perfectly lines it up every time.
Awesome. That's really cool, actually. And you know, JerAx, like a really, really good Potom player. Along the lines of almost like Bone 7-esque, if you will. But he can time really well with different disruptions, imprisons, just impressive play.
It was a nice arrow. I would have missed 100%. Familiars doing some scouting. Haven't actually seen the Familiars do anything
Ooh.
this game. Maybe trying to see that orange line there.
Yeah, that's right.
Comes out a little bit of a mistiming.
Oh,
Maybe
nice
just
try.
the arrow from downtown by
Too
JRX
far.
misses by a second. Yeah. But pretty much all it's 4 protect 1 right now. Let me get Relic here, working towards what looks to be a 4-staff right now. Now running back over to the mid. TPing in is going to be yellow, so that's Corey coming in as well as Muda, looking to fight and contest
go.
this mid tower.
Being attacked
It's
like
taking some damage. The Radiance is done, so this is sort of Elephant's timing window. Corey gets up a nice stun. Going to go on JRX first,
Oh my
actually.
God.
The mech goes
Half
out, heals
his
him up
health.
quite a bit. Corey taking some damage. A beautiful wall, though, on the stairs, doing a ton of damage. Corey getting bursted down. He's entangled up. Arrow going to land. No, it doesn't. It goes right through
No.
everybody. No one has even fallen yet right now. It looks like Muda maybe going to be the first.
Nice.
I don't know. Wisp is coming in now as well. Trying to get WWD. Potamalt goes off to the Vision. Corey drops. Relic drops on the other side of that. And now able to escape out of that wall. So a really long team fight, and I think only 1 for 1. Yeah, Wisp didn't die there. And the Potamalt
Yeah,
now
actually,
wearing
that
off.
was
Trying to get some more kills here. So Pillows goes
Nice.
down. WWD has his changed forms right now. Dude, taking a bit of damage. Looks like Muda goes down. Singularity on the Wisp in a bit of trouble potentially. Stun goes off. It's dodged by WWD, so he dodges the magic missile. So well played there. He shifts again even to get back to that
What
tanky
is
form
this
to
fight?
try to escape. And this fight is kind of ridiculous right now. Singularity wants blood. He wants WWD. The Wisps are going off. The spirits, just the auto attack. Singularity mans up and takes down the Lone Druid spirit form. Arrow coming out. Just misses. JRX with the shot from downtown. Now they need to run out of here. TP's already coming back. That's Relic. He can take someone under. If he puts someone under, they die pretty much right here. Maybe not, though. Corey coming around the other side of the river. And looks like Relic is going to back off. So, at the end of the day, favored slightly
what a crazy fight.
towards... I want to say maybe a little
Radiant,
bit
I would
towards...
say.
Yeah, stay free.
It was almost favoring the Dire for the first I would say the first half of the fight was really good for them. Even though the Darkseer got a really nice combination off, no one died really. Actually, as I hyped JerAx's bottom, he made a couple of misplays there. He had a couple of, I think 1 or 2 arrow misses there, as well as he had a really late ultimate. It definitely would have saved the OD. If he had popped it at the same time as OD used Imprison, he would have come out of the Imprison invisible and not taken the Vengeful Spirit stun. So he would have lived there.
fortified.
Yeah, indeed. It's a hard ult to use, much
Yeah,
like
just-
Naga Siren's ult.
Oh,
Pillows,
yeah.
though, stunned up now. Maybe
Uh-oh.
maybe shouldn't opt to defend this, as there's... Oh, Sanity's Eclipse is still available.
This is a heavy dive.
And PD, Peter Pan with a nice entangle, though, immediately bursted down right after that. So he goes down. Have they gotten anyone else? No, Corey's put under now. Singularity and Enso
good.
left to fend for themselves. Soul Assumption Nuke going to be enough, as well as another orb coming out. And now the fighting going in favor of Team Elephant heavily. Wisp
That was
trying to
great.
buy back
Yeah.
and come back in. He might be in trouble. He might have just fed another kill post buyback. He's probably regretting that. It was trying to make a play, trying to save Corey there on the Alchemist, but now game going crazy right now. Kills on kills on kills. Corey buys back. He's like, screw
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna go from top. I really don't have any items.
What an
actually. It's
unnecessary
21
dive
minutes.
though. Uh-oh. Darkseer now. He's stuck.
Ooh, imprisoned under, baited out that surge. Now Pillows, don't die here, Pillows. Oh, the
Nice.
arrow's gonna land. JRX with the headshot.
You have learned nothing.
Man, that fight was so good for them. Just general, like a classic overextension. They went right through the tier tower, the tier 1 tower, and then the bear was doing so much work. Radiance as well as just the damage output. So, just well played there. Team Elephant finding a way back into this game.
Sometimes Crystal Maiden will be food, sometimes she'll do great, and sometimes she will be bait. And they really wanted to kill her
Yeah.
there and kind of ran into a situation they definitely shouldn't have. And this possibly opens the door to a free Roche. Can they really defend? Corey just TP top. Doesn't have a whole lot of items. Sanity's Eclipse was used. I didn't really catch when that was thrown out. JRX picks up the drums, phase drums fast. And I think, I mean, going late right now, I think this is favoring Elephant as JRX is starting to get some items up. He's hitting pretty hard. You know, Relic, he's been having a good game anyways. There on the OD. They give him the Aegis. And then JRX, or excuse me, WWD here. Playing someone other than Puck, actually quite a hero quite different than Puck, with the Radiance and starting to get some farming items. Looks like he might just be going AC next.
Must I repeat myself?
Potentially, yeah.
And then with the Darkseer wall, though,
Hopefully.
anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a really close game. Taking a look at the gold advantage, it's almost negligible. Only about 2,000 advantage in favor of the Radiant.
XP, a bit of a different story. 4,000 here at the 23-minute mark in favor of Team Elephant, so doing a little bit better. If we look at the levels, that's LD at 15, OD at 14, and then the rest are pretty close and even, so pretty much just coming out there. The experience difference on the LD and the OD.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really unorthodox draft coming out of Stay Free, and it's doing pretty well so far, but it's going to get harder and harder as the game goes on.
Possibly because of this Venge. I haven't seen the reason for the pickup yet. I mean, to be honest, he didn't actually do so bad versus OD in the mid lane, but it's the same problem, even more so than Razor. When you come into the mid-late game, like, what do you offer? A slight little damage buff?
Versus the OD, yeah,
versus
exactly.
a Kunkka going against OD, who wasn't banned and they opted not to pick it.
Yeah, it's true.
But we shall see. It looks like Elephant now grouping up to get a push here. The Yasha up on JRX. So working into her Manta, and then maybe Deso, Diffusal, something like that.
Dire's top tower is
Looking to
under
land
attack.
those arrows from downtown.
Yeah. Oh,
Up
top lane.
top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Looks like they're just trying to trade the tower.
Yeah,
They're ganking
I saw
their
the
own
Wisp
teammate.
ultimate. I thought they were going on Darkseer, but they're the same team, of course.
Yeah,
So it's just going to be for the split push.
Yeah, which
They're
is
gonna leave
probably,
him
they're going to leave Singularity. He's surged up as he's TPing back to the team. That was a smart surge, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah.
Frostbite, it doesn't care about surges. And they were ready for that, so they pick off the Wisp. He's dead for a little while. And they get the trade. So far, can they TP back and defend? Right now,
there's no way.
it's a Wisp and a tier 1 for a tier 2, which is probably worth it, but no. This tower dies so fast. That battle cry, that lone Druid Spirit Bear, just it molests towers, I think we can say.
I'm surprised they didn't continue top, because they have to TP now to defend, and they could have done a little bit of damage to a base tower.
Yeah, speaking of base towers taking damage, the tier 3 fortified pop tier, it's already taken about 200 damage, and it's going to take some more with Familiars and a Spirit Bear wailing on it. And even without the... Oh no, who had the Aegis? JRX picked it up, I believe, but I think it ran out, or he died.
No, OD has it actually,
OD,
and that's a good
right,
choice.
Relic has it, yeah. Better choice there. The tier 3 goes down, the Rack's going down now too. Stay Free looking in a little bit of trouble
Nice
here.
arrow.
Pillow's Dota immediately taken out. I didn't see who the arrow hit, but Overgrowth from
It's
Peter.
on the Venge.
Oh, okay, Venge taken out of there, but it still lives, throws out a magic missile on top of that wall. The Aegis is popped, and now this kill going the other way. The Rack's still alive. Relic likely to die again. Can't TP out of it. Nice try, though. He's stunned, he's forced, he's swapped, he's confused probably after that. WWD trying to TP out now. Can get the magic missile off. It's going to follow, but it's not going to land. They ping it.
Look at this bear versus the Wisp.
They want to see
dies
it.
to the
I
Radiance.
want to see the magic missile hit him in base, more so than whoever's dying. Is it going to make it?
I don't even see it.
It should have been here already.
I think it gets disjointed though.
Yeah, I
feel
think
like
it
it gets
does,
disjointed.
but it takes a while for it to get disjointed. Oh, especially if he switches forms, then it's definitely not even going to follow. Easiest projectile dodge of life. From fountain to fountain. I think you got plenty of time. The sheep stick there, finished there on Muda, as he picks up a DD rune. Not the best rune for him, but whatever, just denying it from LD or anyone else.
Yep.
PPD.
So that fight very much favored the Radiant there. I mean, they did lose their base tower though, that's the problem. And Rax is there at around half health, but they'll regen, so that's not that big a deal. And they have Treant.
Yeah, they hold on to the gold advantage, but after that team fight wipe for a tier 3 tower, any advantage they had in terms of XP, or even gold, so I guess the XP gold advantages are moot at this point. However, map control is still in favor of Team Elephant. They got some more towers, they got the base tower. You know, if they're busy top, LD goes bot and gets a Rax, so I'd still say right now Elephant in a comfy position, but they probably are regretting that decision to fight there at the bot Rax.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. AC finished. Alchemist looking pretty good so far. Is the AC done for the bear? Yes.
Oh, maybe in some trouble. Nice force staff by Relic, forcing and then maximizing the distance by forcing over an edge because it pushes you even further. So not able to pick up Relic, and Potom now ulted, maybe looking to turn this around, I'm not sure, or to gank in the top lane. There's 3 up here, maybe they think it's just the LD. Oh!
Nice.
Money arrow from JRX, and then of course, you know, WWD is like one hit and single, why not? And then JRX leaping over the ravine there to the other side as the Wisp comes in with Core. They're trying to take out this LD, and I think they will, no problem. Enso with level 4 in the aura now doing a lot of damage, actually picks up that kill for himself. JRX running it out of there on his little line. Pillow's gonna TP, and TTK being like, I've got him down to courage. I'm in mid lane.
Yeah, that was not a good trade for them. The bear going down, it's just a big issue.
At least it's not on cooldown going into the respawn, so that'll be nice. Trient finally picks up some items. He's got boots level 2. He's got drums as well. Relic was free farming bottom there while that was going down, just trying to finish his BKB as he finishes up now. The Manta, pretty much finished if he wants to buy it for JRX. Maybe he goes Diffusal. I'm not sure if he really wants that this game. Manta probably better with the... hopefully Alk will focus the wrong target. Or also dodging
Maybe,
the
yeah.
stun.
I'm trying to think of other good items. Like pure damage is always pretty good. I feel like he could get a butterfly and get away with it because there is basically no magic damage on the team on Radiant.
Perhaps,
or very negligible magic damage.
Perhaps a Deso? I don't know. I mean, Alk, pretty high armor right now, 19. He's got the AC as well. So, you know, you get a Deso on that. AC probably in the works, if not done, on LD right now. Yeah, it's done right there. So even more armor reduction. Going to be hitting pretty hard through that Alchemist. Could be a good item.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I mean, at this point,
Yep.
there's the Manta. I think also a very good choice.
Yeah. Especially for like defensive purposes, you can dodge projectiles with it too.
Yeah, or maybe split pushing. I don't know if he does enough damage yet to make the illusions do so much, but we'll see what happens. As the game has slowed down a little bit after Team Elephant has taken a few poor fighting decisions.
And Bear picks up a Ghost Scepter actually, so once again, a really solid pickup. Realizing that, I mean, if they're not really gonna touch the Bear as much, they're just trying to focus him for the most part. And I mean, they're pretty much all physical damage.
Yeah, and you see that quite a bit. I mean, if you can't kill the LD, the Bear with the Radiance, especially if you go Radiance, the Bear with the Radiance, doing a ton of damage as well as having an AC attacking fast, it's gonna hurt. Maybe they're smoking into Roche, are they? JRX, though, in trouble. He's a pig right now. He probably isn't too fond of that. And immediately stunned out of the pig. Can't leap. Nice pick off, all 5 there. And now they're going into a conflict. Singularity's going to have to untether. Singularity's got to get out of there. Relic, though, tangled up. Nice and tangled, going through that BKB. Relic mechs up. He's in a bit of trouble, though. PPG trying to do as much damage as they can. There's a wall. Is there a vacuum to follow? Muda is going to go down. He tries to surge out. Now Relic doing a lot of damage. Pillow's channeling his ult onto Enso. Enso going down. Swaps out of that, actually. Doesn't drop. Now Peter Pan going to go down. So a 2 for 3 fight. It looks like Corey going to be able to get out of there. No detection right now. That's not good.
That was a really good imprison as well. Just making sure Alchemist can't do anything there.
So they get JRX, and then it goes 3 for 1 in favor of Elephant.
Yeah, really good fight. I mean, like, the OD's damage came primarily from his orb. His ultimate's doing very negligible damage. Which is kind of surprising.
Seems strange. Darkseer obviously going to take none. He's an int hero, and he's got a shit ton of intelligence. As he is a very wise purple man. Corey here.
Venge had a BKB as well.
Yeah, Venge, I guess, with a BKB. Corey maybe was imprisoned, but you take damage with Sanity's Eclipse.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe the living armor.
Yeah, maybe. That just didn't seem that big. Uh-oh. This is a walk of death
Pillow's
from Pillows
in trouble.
here.
The Tether's gonna miss. Pillows is like, crap. Gets the ward down. I think that was his mission after he saw the Tether onto an invisible thing. It's like, well, I might as well ward since I'm dead. So mission complete, I suppose. They don't even de-ward it. I just ward though, as now that they added the spectator thing, it does de-ward the turtle ledge, and it will de-ward this T ramp over here, so pretty solid ward, but it was placed over there, so not gonna be de-warded. And Roche still hasn't responded yet. I think maybe just setting up for that Roche was probably what Pillows' ward was for down here in the jungle.
Maybe, yeah, it shows the paths that they would take.
They've got one at the ramp here, so they'd have the paths warded up. And then 2
Risky,
sentries
though.
placed by the Radiant and D-Ward, neither of those. But Wisp gank in the top, nope, just taking Corey to more farm. But speaking of
Yep,
ganks
this is
here,
good.
Peter Pan in a bit of trouble. Is there a gem up? No, sentries just dropped right there. TTK's holding on to
Radiant's
one
bottom
more.
barracks
So
are
a nice kill
under
there. Peter
attack.
Pan dies. Probably wants that one back.
Ooh, that Wisp.
Bottom.
Scary.
Oh, JRX trying to land the arrow off that TP. As taking advantage of his ultimate that he used. I guess to get his team into Roche, as Roche is dead, and there's going to be no contention here. Most likely going to give it to Relic? Maybe WWD? I don't know. Let's see. He's cleared space.
I hope the
He's running away.
magnificent
He's
It should
like,
be
Relic.
on
suffer
Relic. It should be on Relic, honestly.
Or just, you know, don't give it to anyone. JRX is going to take it. He's got the
Yeah.
Manta. He wants it. It's a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. They might not have given it to him because he has a pretty much full charge BKB on OD, so he's not going to take that much, I guess, magic. He's going to get focused physically, but he can always imprison, mech. He has a lot of utility. Whereas, but I don't know if I like it on JRX. I mean, he doesn't contribute that much in terms of damage. He's more utility with the arrow and everything.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit now. I mean, 148. It's not insane. He's had some nice arrows. He's missed a few as well, but it happens. You gotta shoot him
This
to land him.
is really risky. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do this fight. This is a really risky fight because if you lose this fight and you're in Elephant's position, you're going to lose whatever advantage you might have right now. So it's way safer to just take the 2 outer towers and then try to get a pick off into going for the bottom. But they might still try to fight here.
And the only advantage
It's all
they
about
do
where the
have
positioning is.
is a bit of XP and a bit of map control. Gold dead even right now.
If they fight on the low ground, it's going to be really, it's going to be a losing fight, I think.
It will be
And they're
tough.
they're running up a ramp, which is
Into
hard
a
against
wall,
Darkseer.
which is going to be tough. Not to mention the
Yeah,
acid
exactly.
spray as well, reducing the armor. Corey wants to go in. He's going to stun
Oh.
JRX. Good thing he's got the edges. I think JRX maybe going to go down. He's sheeped up immediately. A lot of things wasted on him. The Spirit Bear, though,
Spirit.
doing work on
Yeah.
this Rax. The
There we
wall
go.
goes off. WWD now caught out. Might go down here. Runs through the wall again. The ult goes off from bottom. Is there any wards? I don't
Nice.
see any sentries. Not sure they have a gem or not. No one has gone down yet. Familiar's taken out. Pillows Dota gonna be the first to drop. He goes down at the mid tier 1. Just killing himself
They
in
don't
the
even
tower,
get it.
I guess. Swap back.
Oh.
Nice swap on a TTK, so they pick another one off. My dogs are barking now. Can they get anyone else?
Yep.
No, they're both gonna TP out. Corey, last is that word.
2 bears dead. So no bear for 100 seconds, and they didn't even get the racks out of it. So
Good
that's what I mean.
JRX.
It's like such a risky play there to make when they can get 2 safe towers, maybe get another set of items up, because they do have the late game, or at least should be very comfortable going into late game with their current heroes. So there's no reason to kind of run through there. Yes, they did have the Aegis, but I mean, JRX isn't dying, and they're not getting anything
Because
really.
JRX is hiding in the trees right now. There he leaps
Oh,
out.
he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it.
On the
He's not
back
gonna get
door.
this though.
I don't know if he has the damage. Just TP out. Overgrowth. Wow, he's
Ulti.
lucky. Overgrowth on a 8-second cooldown when he started that TP, so able to get out of there.
That's funny.
And now Corey's hard to kill right now, even with everyone focusing him with that Empower from the Wisp here. It does what? It's a 20% incoming damage reduction from all types, so...
Yep, really good. As well as the 70 attack speed is so good too.
It is kind of nuts, especially for someone who attacks so fast already. The 30 attack speed from the Shadow Blade, and then what is it, 35 again from the AC. Add 70 to that, it's like a billion. It's like 140 increase
Not
attack
only
speed.
that, but like the ultimate's base attack time reduction, you're just gonna be like a machine gun, a melee machine gun.
Pretty much. The next best thing to a ranged machine gun.
I guess so.
Yeah, why not? JRX still trying to farm in the top, like you said, and why not be content with farming the late game? Likely does favor you. I mean, farm up, get his sheepstick up. The only thing really holding him back is the Darkseer wall. If they pick off Darkseer with the sheepstick before he could do anything, I mean, game 1 pretty
Yep.
much.
Yep. I mean, it's just the amount of confusion being brought by that Darkseer wall. That's like the pretty primary thing, I guess. Basher
It's
now
going to be
on the,
hard even,
Alchemist
because
and the
I think
Bear.
Darkseer are very aware of that. I mean, obviously OD goes sheepstick
Mm-hmm.
later on. He's got the Blink Dagger set up so that, you know, he doesn't have
Yeah.
to be on the front lines. Corey can tank it up a little bit, or Tree can just feed himself. It doesn't really matter. He's not offering a whole lot right now. Just jump in, Overgrowth, and then that sets up the Blink Wall Vacuum, even with sheepsticks
Yeah.
on the other team.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be difficult. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. I mean, the bottom fight just seemed like a rushed decision.
And pretty much
So
right
we'll see
back
what
at
Elephant
even on
decide to
all the
do now.
graphs. The gold lead negligible for Stay Free, 2,500, and then XP right back at even after that fight in the bot.
Yep. In my opinion, this game is going to be all about momentum. Right now, the momentum's slightly in favor of the Radiant. So I mean, they have kind of. You can see by the way the Dire is playing. They're playing very safe. They're probably going to look for a smoke relatively soon if they have one, which it doesn't look like they have right now. But they're moving very closely together. I mean, oh, am I lagging?
No, you're good.
Ugh.
Well, you might be lagging, but I mean, well, I guess you're not good. But anyway, smoke here. Whoa, camera. Yep, he's lagging. Anyway, smoke here from the Radiant. That's Stay Free. They're going on a hunt. JRX here, not farming, just sitting in the trees. They're gonna find Pillows. Pillows again gonna go down here. Unfortunate game for him, but you know that's what happens when you're a Crystal Maiden. A Pillows picked off there off that smoke gank of these 3 heroes. And JRX still just farming in the trees. I gotta know that's an illusion. Although he does blink for it, but not really gonna matter. Aegis reclaimed in 28, so JRX, again, maybe not the best hero to give that item, as he never died, didn't really contribute a whole lot to either of the team fights.
Yep. I'm back now. So I don't know. My Dota crashed.
Mine did too. Gosh, Dota.
Okay.
Well, I mean, earlier at the start of this game, not.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerax now though, even though he did kind of, I guess for all intents and purposes, waste his Aegis there, he does have 3,000 gold now, so he could go into that Deso as you'd mentioned before. Would definitely help them with a lot more damage output with the minus armor for burst potential. And then the OD is getting closer and closer to his sheep, which is a really massive item pickup as you had mentioned before with the Darkseer. I mean, these are all going to be really good for them. Actually, Venge has a Deso. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, carry Venge. Woo! It's about time. 200 last hits on this Venge in 40 minutes, which is actually pretty funny. Compare that to Relic,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
208. It's about the same.
Yeah, it's funny.
Relic,
surprising.
arguably a bigger impact though, 6 and 2, making a lot of nice plays with the Astral Imprisonment, of course. Not so bad as Enzo. I mean, for a mid Vengeful Spirit person, OD 3, 4, and 8, as we mentioned, like 200 CS right now. Darkseer actually leading the CS charts, 251, followed up there by WWD on the LD. Actually in the side lane here, Pillows.
Pillows, no.
They know he's there after throwing that off.
Pillows, what are you doing?
He wants to
Why?
feed. It's the curse of Crystal Maiden.
Bottom tower is
He's got a
under
4-staff,
attack.
so he's able to get to
Yeah,
at
he'll
least
be okay.
here.
Yeah, he'll be okay. His team's there though, and the other team doesn't want to dive into a tower right now, which is the right play.
Or do they? The smoke comes out. Tree had bought a bunch. Peter Pan bought a bunch of smokes the other day. The other day being a
They
couple
know
minutes
Jerax
ago.
has brought him. They know Jerax has brought him, so... Oh, here we go. The ultimate comes out, and the stun.
He's
Is
gonna
he
get him.
gonna get
He
him?
will get him.
Yeah.
Max stun. Pillows immediately picked off. JRX still not quite there. Was thinking about
Just
popping
no
the
reason
ult,
for him to
maybe.
be there. Whoa.
And the wall goes out. The blink in onto a couple there. Relic got the sheepstick finished actually. The Spirit Bear, is it going to go down? Totem Illusion's going to be stunned there by the concoction. I think Corey just throwing it so he doesn't stun himself.
Bottom tower.
The tower goes down. Aegis respawn or Roche respawn here in 2 minutes. So I don't know. They get this tower, or at the very least maybe a pickoff or two without dying here. Stay free. Set up for that Roshan. Always a little
Just
harder.
not a
if you're on
good
the
play
Dire.
from Pillows there. Oh, is that a... Okay, that's the first bear.
That's a dead bear. Bear's going down. The resummon available.
Here we go.
Pop the BKB. The sheep goes out on Corey. Corey
Nice.
dies immediately and buys back. Where's the Wisp? Is he going to be able to take him to the battle? No, Wisp is out here tethered to Enso. And they're going to take out Peter Pan as well. JRX on the hunt with that 4-staff. Looking to throw an arrow out. Perfect arrow opportunity
Yeah,
through
he
that
has it.
choke. Goes out. That's an easy dodge though. I don't know why he hesitated. I think throwing it there at the very, very tight choke, this ramp here, would have been the better option.
It was just on cooldown there, which was
Oh, it
unfortunate.
was? Okay,
but,
didn't see that.
yeah. But, I mean, that started with Pillows just being really badly out of position. Unnecessarily out of position, I think. And, I mean, they did turn it around, because although the wall was used to secure another kill, I believe, or maybe they just got the bear, as soon as their wall's up, what does the other team have? Alchemist died very quickly because of a really nice sheep as well. So good play from OD there, just catching him out of position and then using his ultimate as well as just the pure burst damage from his team to kill him before the sheep was even up. So nice play from the Dire, picking off the Alch, forcing the buyback.
JRX on the hunt though. Alchemist in the woods. Arrow, he's probably going to see that. Shadowblade's up, he knows they're near. WWD lost a bear but didn't go down, so able to farm up in that bear. We'll be off cooldown in 45 seconds, so losing the bear, besides the 300 gold, not really an issue at all.
Yeah, the question is he going to buy his Abyssal right now? Is he dying enough? Is he dying too much that he's scared and needs to buy back? I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
The Alchemist?
The bear.
Oh, okay, I was say Alchemist just bought back, so it will be on cooldown for 5 minutes. WWD, however, it looks like he just spent all his gold. He's on 100 right now. BKB coming out for
like
the Lone Druid, so he's going for the
on the bear.
Unkillable strat, I think, here with the Ghost Scepter and the BKB.
He's gonna leave the BKB on the bear though, which is kind of funny. His hero definitely doesn't need it. We'll see what happens though. Could be funny.
I don't know. I guess
BKB
obviously
bear.
you can do that. It doesn't take mana, so it works. And even if it did, even though it's a little cheesy, you can just get the energy booster
In fact,
and then
the
cast
Imperial
spells off your bear,
with
like
health.
Mjolnir and stuff.
Yeah.
For those that don't know,
Yasha
it's a
now
fun
on
little
bench.
trick. Surprised the Yasha coming out. I would have done that before the Deso, perhaps. I mean, the move speed is nice, just more positioning for your ult. It's level 3. And why not get an Ags if you're farming? Tank up a little bit, really punish any positioning.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely as well, like, no one can really escape if you have a Darkseer and Avenge with Ags on your team. It's just not gonna be fun.
Alright,
If
so
the team fight doesn't go in favor.
Corey, I think, needs to preemptively BKB, but it's going to be hard to commit to this fight. I think Treant here, so Peter Pan may be the one to have to go in, or just Enzo looking for a swap, trying to catch someone out. Throws out the Howl. There's Pillows. There's
CM.
their favorite target.
No.
Oh no, looks like they're not
It
going to
was a bad force staff, but yeah. Not having that fun. Look at how much
Wow, Roche is
damage
dead. They've taken the Roche
Yeah.
off of this. So scared to fight there is Elephant. Now the Roche goes. Is that only the second one? I feel like they're... No, okay, there's the Cheese, yeah. So Cheese comes out. Arrow, gonna go through, hits Corey, but pretty far down. Not able to initiate off of that. And now this looks like to be the push for Stay Free here. Now Elephant on the back leg here. As we look at the gold is actually separated for the most it's been the whole game. 7,500-ish advantage right there, and then XP even now in favor a little bit, 2,000. So still very small leads in that regard. It's pretty much just going to come down to these last couple team fights.
Yep, but the momentum's very heavily in favor of the Radiant, so, and they're using it to their advantage. Like, the fights are happening when they're the aggressor now, which is really nice to have.
Ooh,
Oh,
swap
here he
in.
goes.
Swap in on WWD. He's in a bit of trouble. He's going to burst down. The BKB pop by Enzo. He's taking a lot of damage from this bear. Corey pops up, though, and everything was kind of wasted
Oh
on
my
Enzo,
God.
and a beautiful wall vacuum there by the Darkseer. Everyone is melting right now. No one dead on the side of Stay Free.
Yep.
2 down. Relic and Pillows, of course, already
No
down on
buybacks.
Team Elephant. And yeah, buyback, as you just mentioned, not available. The Spirit Bear now in a bit of trouble. Squatting in fear, I guess, as it goes down. The Tier 3 tower drops. This is a Rax here. They've got so much damage onto buildings, especially the armor reduction with the Deso and the AC.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're
They
gonna
made this
rotate
lineup
bot.
work, and that's, like, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And the Enzo does hit pretty hard. He's actually a bit of a threat, and they kind of wasted a little bit on him. They were focusing him hardcore while Corey was put under and then Astral Imprisonment. And that's 2 lanes of Rax down.
Bottom barracks has fallen.
Likely to be a third, and then the GG more than likely called.
Yep.
So an interesting game 2, a longer game 2, but it looks like Stay Free so
Well,
far.
nice.
Nice big long range swap there, not quite dodging the projectile there, and then the tether coming out as well. As the Basher, the Abyssal even being used there. Enzo trying to be focused with this overcharge, just keeping him
Next
alive.
game.
And yeah, definitely.
No
gonna be
buyback on the
game.
Lone Druid either.
Oh, Pillows just wanted to die one more time. It's unfortunate. That's what happens when you play Crystal Maiden. He had some really nice plays early.
die.
Had got a couple good ults off in team fights, but when you play Crystal Maiden, you either die or you dominate.
Barracks are under attack.
And there's
But
the GG.
still die, because
but
you're
still
Crystal
die, yeah. So you're like 10
Yeah.
and 10. Relic trying to do as much as he can, even though the GG was called, so 46-27. Ooh, they stopped the in-game timer now. Wait, no, they should stop it when the GG is called. I guess they couldn't then. I don't know.
I think it's okay.
That's
Doesn't matter
fine.
that
Either
much.
way, game 2 going the way of Stay Free, so they only need one more to win the Man Up 2.0 finals. That's $100 and 5 compendiums going their way. I'm Helium. With me was Orbit. And big shout out to Southpaw Gaming and Darkside for putting this together. Bringing you game 3 shortly.